but I think it's about housing as infrastructure and as a system. So if we think that way, what we're looking at is building up land supply, thinking about where we're going to build and what type of houses we're going to build, and thinking about how we build these in a way that they're environmentally sustainable, so they're EPC A rated, so low energy, low carbon housing. We think about that and then we look at delivering a delivery pipeline. It's a longer term programme of support from the local authorities in terms of how they create the planning system and conditions for growth. Support from the city region about how we put transport infrastructure in, for example, how we use brownfield land funding. And then having done that, we need to, housing associations have the ability to go into places that the private sector wouldn't originally go into. We can build those houses that give a home for our customers, offer them that support and opportunity, and put money in their pocket by building houses that have a low energy and therefore low cost for them. That will then create conditions for the private sector to leverage and come in behind us.
I think what we've discussed today really is that everyone has a part to play in upskilling the next generation. As an architect, I think we need to put pressure on our professional bodies to evolve the education process so that it reflects the changes that are going to be needed across the industry. At the moment, we're still operating in the same way we've done 10, 20 years ago, and therefore we're not giving people the skills and knowledge that are coming through the education process to deliver what we need.
I think when we talk about green industries, we are all, if I'm honest, we're all still learning, but it's definitely the direction of travel, and there is experience and there is expertise in this region, and it is building. We've had a great conversation today about how we can upskill locals, how we can bring through a new cohort of building professionals that understand the agenda going forward. And I think it's very much about us all playing a part, the developers, the public sector, the local authorities, to ensure that where there is an opportunity to learn and to build upon that experience, and really to take a punt on a scheme and then explore it further and see what worked and what didn't as we move to the next one. I think we'll really see some improvements over the years as we move forward.
Green industry is a massive opportunity, and I think the real gold dust for this city region is it has some of that capacity already here. It has capacity to build modern manufacturing-led construction that no other part of this country has. So we need to recognise that and build upon that. We need to invest in that. We need to look at siting some of those manufacturing facilities and training and local training in our communities, so that it's accessible to those people who I work for and work on behalf of in places like North Liverpool or over in the Wirral, to give them that access to employment and encourage them and let them see the ambition that we have, and let them see how working in property and construction can give them a job for life. Because the old adage when I started all those years ago, which is quite a long time ago, is if you work in this, people will always need houses. You'll either need to build them or maintain them. So you have a job for life. We just need to try and guide them into that pathway.
So if we are going to do sustainable, supercharged house building to meet our government's new targets, we do all need to be talking to one another, working well with one another, and being very clear about what we want. So we want really sustainable, low bills, if not zero bills, housing, built by a huge range of people, including our registered providers, our private sector, both the large house builders and the small house builders. And we need to make it as easy and simple for them as possible to get the outputs that we want.
The biggest takeaway from the discussion today, in my view, was that the relevant parties are there, willing to engage. Everyone's wanting to find solutions to these issues. Everyone's got an appetite for it, and it just needs that direction from whether that's local or central government to help us achieve it.
When you look at people collaborating within the room, you'll find we have the range of skills to address the challenge. We have the range of experience and knowledge, I think, within this room and within the city region generally to address the challenge. So I always go for hope and ambition, because I think we have to be ambitious. we have a challenge to provide enough housing for the people that live here, make it affordable. We also have a challenge to make sure that we protect our planet and give for our generations the opportunity to live in the world that we're in.